Hello everyone, my name is Jess and I'm going to be reviewing Snow White, the new live action movie from Disney in 2025. So, this live action reimagining of the classic tale Snow White stars Rachel Zegler as Snow White and Gal Gadot as her stepmother, the Evil Queen. So, I have a lot of thoughts about this movie, but I'm just going to break it down into my pros, my cons, and then my final rating. So, we're going to start off positive here. I'm going to tell you about some of the pros I had regarding this film. First off, I think that Rachel Zegler gave an amazing performance. I know that she gets a lot of slack for, some comments that she's made in the public eye, but just based off her performance that I watched, I thought she brought really great charisma to the role, and she did the best with what she got. Honestly, she carried, and she has a great singing voice. She never disappoints with that, and she's also got that Disney princess quality to her. So I think she did a great job of that. And I also liked in this movie some camera angles that were used. They were very unexpected, like some lower angles, some side angles, that just aren't usually used in any Disney movies, and I was pleasantly surprised. I really enjoyed that aspect of it and how certain things were filmed, so I'll give it to the director. I'll give him that. Okay? And I also enjoyed the colors in general. I feel like recently we've been getting a lot of movies that aren't that vibrant, and guess what? I don't want to see that. If you're just going to show gray on my screen, I don't care. Like, I really don't. Why am I even here to watch this? So I enjoyed that. It was pretty vibrant for the most part, I would say. So that was good. And also, something I really enjoyed about this movie was a certain song. I'm not going to spoil too much, but Snow White and her love interest, they do end up singing a song together, a little duet, if you will, and I enjoyed that. It stood out among the other songs to me. And now we're going to move on to the cons. And unfortunately, there's a longer list of those. So let's just dive right in. I have to say that I didn't really enjoy Gal Gadot's performance. I don't know if I'm just being a hater or what. Like, I don't know if I woke up on the wrong side of bed today. But genuinely, I did not like her as the evil queen. I just feel like her performance of this was very half done, half, if you will. I'm not going to say it. I don't want to get in trouble on YouTube here. I don't know the rules yet. But I don't know. I just feel like every time she had to show some sort of emotion, it felt very forced and it didn't feel natural. And yes, you're supposed to be sort of cartoony, like it is a Disney movie, but she did it to a point where it just felt unbelievable and I was honestly laughing in my seat. So if they were going for a comedic angle, for how ridiculous it was, then yeah, I laughed. So, yay. But yeah, sorry if I'm being mean. I just feel like I didn't really enjoy her performance, and her singing voice isn't that charismatic to me either. I just feel like Rachel brought it because she's a theater kid. She knows what she's doing, but Gal Gadot didn't bring that same fire, and I think the movie could have used a better evil queen. And also, the giant elephant in the room of a con is the CGI dwarves. Let's take a moment of silence for them. The moment they popped up on my screen, I wanted them to go away. I was scared. I was awestruck at how bad they looked and that Disney let this fly. I didn't even know what to do with myself. I just felt uncomfortable watching their giant heads and just the way that they moved. I don't know. It just felt so creepy and off to me. I didn't like it. Eventually, I did get used to it by the end, but definitely at first when they showed up on the screen, it was really off-putting. But I will say I did grow to like Dopey a lot. I really enjoyed his whole arc. I don't remember if that was in the original Snow White or not, but I did enjoy it. And then also, I just feel like they should have either had better CGI or done it with real people. And I know there was a whole controversy about that behind the scenes, but I don't know. I just feel like whatever they did, it wasn't it. They could have done it better. And they should have taken one path or the other, not just done this like middle ground where it's kind of weird. It just didn't make sense to me. So, yeah. Another qualm that I have with this movie, unfortunately, is that there's not that many memorable songs. And there were lots of new songs introduced in the movie, but only one really stood out to me. One or two, I would say. And I really am a musical person. I love music, singing, everything like that. And I don't know. I just feel like they could have done better. It didn't feel like there was much heart put into a lot of the songs, or maybe they just weren't my cup of tea. Obviously, art is subjective, but that's just how it felt from my point of view. I feel like the songs could have been better or more memorable, at least. I will say that the pacing of this movie felt so weird to me. And what I mean by that is it would feel really fast, some transitions between certain things, like this is happening and now we're gonna dance all of a sudden, and now this big thing is happening at the end, and it just didn't feel earned, and it felt way too fast. But then the whole movie as a whole felt slow, like it should have been shorter, because they were trying to add so many new things into the plot, just to have a longer runtime, because obviously the original doesn't have as long of a runtime because it's a short movie, it's a short plot, that's all you need really. But they had to add like 30 extra minutes or so, and I just feel like that made it feel slower in general. But yeah, like certain things happening, just the transitions felt really fast. So very weird pacing in this movie. And then also, I don't know what they were thinking giving Rachel, aka Snow White, the haircut they gave her. I feel so bad for her because I know she is a beautiful woman, but that haircut that they gave her is so unflattering, and she did the best she could with it, but I just feel like they did her so dirty. They could have made the bob slightly longer to help with her face shape, because certain haircuts look better on certain face shapes. I just feel like the hairstyling was not it. The costumes were not it. The costumes looked straight out of a Party City. And look, I worked at Party City, okay? I have the utmost respect. I loved working there, but it looked like a straight up Party City Spirit Halloween costume. I just feel like the costuming wasn't it. They could have still had those vibrant colors, but made it look more realistic, and I just don't know what they were really going for. But yeah, so after that long list of cons, I'm gonna give you my final rating of this movie. Unfortunately, I will have to give it a 2.5 out of 5. Yes. It was very middle of the game, middle of the scale. I feel like there were some good things in the movie, but not enough to save it. So, yeah, if you're thinking about watching this movie, if you're bored, why not? Watch it. Go. But don't expect anything too crazy out of it. Like, will you be entertained? For the most part, yeah, you could say. But yeah, because when I was watching it, it's not like I hated my life, but I also wasn't enjoying it that much, So maybe it's better to just stay home, watch the original, or just watch something else in general. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this review of Disney's Snow White live action movie, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Hi ho!